In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, welcome everybody to the 7th episode of the Miracle of Life, the Carpal Tunnel and the wrist, with myself, Muhammad Rapota, second year mid student at UCT, with the help of images from Gilroy's Atlas of Anatomy. So, I want you to basically look at your right hand and just ponder on and just look at the wrist, right? And if you look at images of the bones of the wrist, okay, we can actually see that these carpal bones, this is a radius and that's the ulna. So this is your right hand, okay. So if you look at that, look how perfectly those bones like were formed, and that passage over there is called a carpal tunnel, which I'll come back later. So look at that, look at that. That's carpal bones that's going to fit perfectly into that structure to form your wrist joint, which is the joint by your wrist. Okay, you can see that. And there are many other joints, like in between your fingers, there are joints as well. And the joints is like for the movement of your fingers to like bend. But this important joint over here is called a radiocarpal joint, and that's your wrist. And I actually want to show you a video on the different actions of the radiocarpal joint. Okay, so if you look at your hand, right, and you keep your hand out like this, okay, now this is abduction and adduction. So abduction, adduction, abduction, adduction. Okay, also other way as well. So it's abduction, adduction, abduction, adduction, and then if you keep your hand like this, you have flexion, extension, flexion. Okay, let me keep it straight. Flexion, extension, and then extend it to the back. You can see into the back also. Okay, so it's flexion and extension, and then you have circumduction, where you can rotate your hand around. So that's circumduction. Look how amazing was that. So that was basically all the actions that through this miraculous creation of the radiocarpal joint. Then look at this. So hold your hand out on your palm surface of your right hand, right? You can place your two fingers of your left hand on this part of your wrist. It's by the side of your thumb, and you will actually feel a pulse, and that will be the pulse of your radial artery over here. Okay, so that is your radial artery, and then the artery over here is the ulnar artery, and there's nerves. There's a ulnar nerve and a median nerve as well. So okay, so you can see here as well, there's the ulnar nerve, the ulnar artery, and the median and the radial artery. They're gonna fuse here and form like an arch, right? This is your median nerve and your ulnar nerve, and you can see that this white here is tendons, okay? And you can see that this over here is going to be your carpal tunnel. It's a tunnel where nerves and blood vessels and these are tendons, right? Tendons attach muscle to bone. It's going to attach this muscle to a certain bone, right? Especially going to be by the hand. So it goes through a tunnel called the carpal tunnel. So these are your arteries over there, and so this is basically the tunnel. Okay, and what goes in the tunnel, there's your ulnar nerve and ulnar artery and your tendons. Okay, so there you go. These the tunnels. These the bones. So can you see the ulnar artery and ulnar nerve? Okay, I think here's a better picture. So there's your ulnar artery and nerve, and there's your tendons, and there's that median nerve. Okay, and so if you look at your hand, so your ulnar nerve supplies 1.5 part of the palm surface of your hand, and the median nerve supplies the, the lateral 3.5 parts of your hand. So there you go. The white is basically fascia, and there's muscle and fascia. Okay, and if you look at your finger, it's amazing. Look at those nerves over those blood vessels and nerves going in your finger all the way to the finger. And these tendons, you can see it's going to pull on the bone to allow the movements of, to allow the muscle to do its action of moving your bones. So look at the blood supply to the hand. So there's the tendons. We spoke about all this already. Okay, just appreciate all these structures. That's the nerve supply. Okay, and there you go. Look at that. Ulnar nerve and artery. Look at that. That's your radial artery. Amazing, amazing. And if you turn your hand around and you look on top of your right hand, or rather, I think this is on your skin. So on your skin, the radial nerve. So superficial is like on the outside. Radial nerve and ulnar nerve. Okay, these nerves do get complicated. Okay, then if you keep your hand like this, there's a box here called the anatomical snuff box. Okay, and in there there's a radial artery, and there's a nerve as well. Okay, a radial nerve, and these tendons as well. And there you go. That's another structure of the hand, and that's another structure of the hand. So that's it, everybody, for this video. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your lives. Peace.